Welcome to AutoSens, the global community shaping the future of ADAS and autonomous vehicle perception technology. We are joined by Brian Brackenbury, Director of Product Line Management at Gentex Corporation. Brian is going to be speaking about some of the technology they're building and some of the challenges they're solving right now. Brian, welcome back to AutoSens. Good to see you, friend.
Good to see you, Carl. Thanks for having me.
Brian, let's talk about the driver monitoring space, the in-cabin monitoring space, the occupant monitoring space, that whole in-cabin space. What are you seeing right now from the OEMs? Do they embrace the mirror position for cameras and other sensors? What does that whole dynamic look like right now?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think we're seeing a lot of energy and momentum in the mirror space, especially in the overhead area in general. I think early DMS systems, it made a lot of sense where they were putting cameras and sensors to be very focused on the driver. With the push to be a lot more focused on the entire cabin and all the occupants of it, a higher mounted location makes a ton of sense for a camera. We've seen many OEMs source production programs in that space. And even thinking about different sensors. The rear view mirror is an interesting product in the sense that it is somewhat easy to change out. Many other first surface things in the instrument panel take a ton of energy and effort to change or update. We can really update a mirror a little quicker and out of cycle than some of the other components of the interior.
Yeah, and so Brian, that was my next question, and this might seem like a really obvious question, but still, you will see this even in press photos from the automakers where they'll focus on the rear view mirror for some of these driver attention systems. So Brian, again, I know it sounds like an obvious question, but why is that interior rear view mirror? Why is that an ideal location for DMS and in-cabin monitoring systems and all of the related components?
Yeah, it's multifaceted. First off, it is field of view, its location, gets the camera up high. It's easy to get a look at the front row, the second row, all of the occupants, all of the behaviors those people are doing. But also, most modern interior mirrors are chock full of electronics. We really like to call it an electronic module up there. In fact, some of our mirror products are probably more electronics and software than they're actually mirrors. So you've got power supplies, you've got vehicle buses, you've got high compute platforms, you've got all of the things you need in that space to then add the camera and the illumination and some of the other things that are needed to do DMS. So it's really a great integration point. And like I said earlier, as OEMs are adopting DMS and OMS, sometimes it's regulatory based, sometimes it's NCAP based, sometimes it's really just about autonomous driving. Well, those needs don't always fall in line with interior redos, right? With the design cycles from the car makers. So the mirror is a great way to come in and do something maybe out of a major interior redo.
We are speaking with Brian Brackenbury, Director of Product Line Management at Gentex Corporation. Brian, it wasn't all that long ago that we had a fire alarm go off here. And wouldn't you know it, the fire alarm in this building, just in this room behind my shelves, the fire alarm says Gentex on it, right?
Hmm.
And so, based on all the experience that you bring, which is sometimes you think, well, that the fire alarm aspect into automotive, but that being said, based on all of your experience, what additional driver monitoring systems and in-cabin monitoring systems, what additional features do OEMs seem interested in, maybe just beyond the camera-based features?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, as you mentioned, Gentex actually was founded as a fire protection company, making smoke alarms and alerts and alarms, primarily in the commercial space. We've recently expanded into residential smart fire protection systems with a line called Place. But sensing is really what we call our product line, right? It's not just DMS, it's not just cameras. What are we doing to sense in the environment, whether it's chemicals or air quality or using digital vision, things like radar and ultra wideband and structured light as well. So there's many sensing modalities. Some of it depends on what a car maker is looking for feature wise. as well as maybe even level of resolution. I think you're seeing this year a lot of car makers have chose to use millimeter wave radar to do occupant sensing, child left behind, hot car act, things like that. Um, it's it is one of the ways to do it. It's not very accurate. Maybe not a technical term, but blob detection is one of the words that gets used. It's not accurate. You know something's there. You don't know its shape or size. We continue to work on things like structured light and ultra wideband and alternative technologies that could give you a much more accurate, deeper resolution of what's going on. What's the size of that object? What's its shape? What's its proximity to an airbag? Is it breathing? Does it have a heart rate? I think those are all things that the industry is trying to figure out how to solve some problems beyond just is someone paying attention or are they drowsy from the base DMS perspective.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Good perspective, Brian. And Gentex, do you have OEM business secured at this point when it comes to this driver monitoring conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a long history of putting cameras in mirrors. 7, 8 years ago, we actually started out with Neo, Chinese EV maker, putting a camera behind glass. They were just using it to do selfies. They weren't actually using it for safety features. But we also we're in production with the Rivian DMS mirror, as well as BMW. We're about to go into production with a large European OEM, quickly followed up by a massive program with an Asian OEM, and much more following in the pipeline. I think DMS, ICMS in the mirror location, as we mentioned earlier, has got a lot of momentum. It might not be for every OEM. Again, vehicle architectures, software-defined vehicles. There's a lot of factors that play into what an OEM might want to do. But if it's in the mirror, Gentex is definitely there in the chase.
Absolutely. And we've got a snapshot there of the company's history, some good design wins now under your belt. A question you probably get frequently, Brian, but what makes the approach that Gentex has? What makes your approach to driver and in-cabin monitoring unique?
Yeah, I think what a lot of people don't always know in the modern world, a lot of companies are broken up by divisions or rely on vendors. We're a really unique, highly vertically integrated company. Other than molding plastics, we do just about everything under our own roof. We design our own electronics, we manufacture our own electronics, embedded software, mobile software, cloud software. We have a huge team in Israel doing deep neural network, AI-based algorithm development, real deep history in optics. The fire protection business was actually founded by doing light-based particulate sensing for smoke. That's really evolved our digital vision side of things. We manufacture all our own cameras stateside, right here in Zeeland, Michigan. And that knowledge of image processing and optics and how to deal with that optical path is very deep for us. So when you look at what an OEM really needs, they need a very knowledgeable system integrator, somebody that can handle all facets of the product, all the way from the electronic design to the algorithm to the optical path to how that all plays together. And I think we're in a unique position that we have that all under one roof and are able to make the kind of trade-offs and value propositions that OEMs are looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Michigan. I'm a Michigan native too. So we've got regional needs, national needs, cars are driven all over the world. Brian, what does that picture look like? Do these regions, do they have different use cases, different challenges? Are they all looking to solve the same problems? What's your perspective there?
Yeah, that's an interesting situation because I think in this space, driver monitoring right now has a ton of momentum because of European regulations, whether that's the EU GSR general safety regs or Euro NCAP safety star ratings, really has made a lot of things happen in the DMS space. On the flip side, you go to North America, those really aren't regulatory or not a ton of focus on the NCAP stuff. It's really about autonomous driving. Ford Blue Cruise, GM's Super Cruise. Those all need the same thing that DMS provides, but for different reasons, right? It's to provide that hands off or at least eyes off road. So I think regionally, we've really found a lot of interesting dilemmas OEMs have because they like to build global platforms. They want to build a vehicle that could be sold anywhere in the world, yet there's really different market needs depending where you are regionally. But I think we're starting to see that come together. I think regions start to catch up to one another. Even though Europe might be taking the lead, I think we're seeing that come along from other folks. Most OEMs do want a global strategy, but for me, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know that the world understands their new cars are all going to have cameras pointed at them while they're driving. There might be a little bit of pushback. We'll see, but it definitely doesn't make for a safer driving environment. So.
We've been speaking with Brian Brackenbury, Director of Product Line Management at Gentex Corporation. Good stuff as always, Brian. We look forward to seeing you and your team in Detroit for AutoSens USA 2026, June 9th through the 11th, downtown in the Motor City at the Huntington Place. Until then, though, Brian, thank you for being with us, at least virtually anyway.
Yeah, thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. Excited to be here, talk about what's going on at Gentex. For those who will be at AutoSense in Detroit, really would encourage you to come by our display. We'll have a lot of our products there and some of our experts in the product line able to answer questions and go a little deeper if you're looking for more info.
And for more information on Gentex Corporation and to find out more about our upcoming events, see the links in the description or visit auto-sense.com. That's auto-sense.com. And for more in-depth interviews like this, subscribe to the AutoSense YouTube channel and follow AutoSense on LinkedIn. In Detroit, on behalf of AutoSense, I'm Carl Anthony.